Today we're not going to build, we're going to talk about the set that we were building before. Lego Trains set 7735, bearing the name Fright train. I think I got it in 1988. Locomotive, a flatbed car, not a flatbed, and a shell, little gasoline transporter. Yeah. And then you can basically load everything on your train. And then this box car. Let's just make it run. Back then, toys, you had to do a bit effort to actually make it work. So a bit faster, yeah. Hello, this is Timo, and this is another video of my project where I'm talking and building my old Lego. Today we're not going to build, we're going to talk about the set that we were building before. We're talking about Lego Trains set 7735, released in 1985, available till 1990, so 6 years. It's bearing the name Fright train, obvious, and it has 492 parts and 2 minifigures. Yeah, Fright train, very clear. You cannot come up with a more clear name for a set, right? If it's a freight train. Yeah, 1985, so more than 40 years ago. I think I got it in 1988, let's say. And the story, let's just start with this story, is that I always wanted to have this one, as long as I can remember. And especially I wanted to be just like this guy. Where is it? I just wanted to be like this guy, and I wanted to have this train. And then my father was kind of like, yes, for Christmas or for my birthday, I have this train set for you that you really like. And then he showed up with this one. And then there's this thing, you know, if you're an adult, you learn to be happy and satisfied with the present you get, although it's maybe not the thing you need. And but as a kid, it was a bit difficult, of course. But yeah, I still managed. But so this was the alternative I got, and then I still managed to actually to get this set. And I don't know if the talk and build video about this set was already published or not on my channel, because I don't know. Right now, when I publish this video and the other videos, and then yeah, there's this picture. No, yeah, that's actually the 1985 batch, and you see all the trains. Basically, all the trains that you see there. I have them. I have that train station. Not from 85, but from 83. And of course, the remote rail crossing. I don't have it. I don't have that one. Now, that's still something that I'm thinking about. Maybe I can just obtain it via Bricklinks once in the future. Yeah, but this set, the Fright train, by the way, this was also included in the set. You could design your own layout. It was before the internet time, right? So before the computer time. 85, people didn't have a computer at home, and they did everything still manually. And if you wanted to design your own layout, your train layout, then you had to do it that way. What was not included was this power unit. That was a separate set you had to buy. Let's just start with showing the individual cars. So first, the locomotive. Yeah, it's a very basic design, of course, but you know, Lego back then was a bit more boxy and squarey, and for that time it was actually a nice design, but still quite basic. let's say it was never my favorite Lego trains design, Lego train set also. But yeah. I ordered those windows new because they were extremely stretched, having still survived 30 years or more. And the train driver is just, yeah, standing there. No seat available for the train driver. You can also take a look from the top like this. And of course, these rods that were also a future in the 12-volt trains era, not in the 9-volt trains system anymore. Yeah, and actually there was also like for steam locomotives, you could also have a second rod, and then you can really have this movement, you know, as steam locomotives have. The bigger set, the red set that I just showed you before, the one that I really wanted to have, has actually lights built in. Like they actually, you can put these lights on, and in this case, this is not possible. It's just like only lights there that are not functioning. And then we have like I think it's called a flatbed car with two basic motorcycles. I think nowadays Lego has a new mold for motorcycles, but this was the old one still. Two motorcycles, and then you can take them off and on with these ramps. Yeah, very basic also. This is very old pieces of Lego. These fence pieces. I don't know if you still see them nowadays in Lego. And then there's another flatbed. Oh, yeah, these letters are just falling off because they are made from a different plastic. And I cleaned all the bricks. And then the plastic was just a bit, that particular plastic of the letters, it changed a bit. And now it's a bit loose, all these letters. Of course, yeah, Shell, there was still like a kind of a cooperation. Lego and Shell, there you had some sets, Lego sets, kind of promoting the Shell brand. This was the time before Octon. And then the other space is like the space that is still left on the track is for this little car. It's like a little gasoline transporter. And then this is wire, which is just too short because it was already cut a couple of times to make it to knot it again in this little headlight. And then of course, yeah, it's getting shorter, and then it doesn't make an entire loop anymore around his wheel, and then it just doesn't work anymore. It's a bit of a pity. So yeah. Yeah. And then it fits, of course, also on that train wagon. And then you can basically load everything on your train, on this freight train. And then there's this, I think it's called, I think in America it's called a boxcar. UK English and American English and international English. There's so much different English versions. I don't know. Yeah, boxcar is just empty, but those doors, of course, are really nice. I remember I really liked it as a child, those doors. Yeah. And of course, the boxcar, you can also open it, but then you still will see that there's just nothing inside. They didn't really decorate it anything. It's just something for storage or something, a boxcar. Yeah. And that's the complete train. What else? What else can I say? Yeah, as I said, I had another favorite train set, the 7745, the high-speed City Express passenger train. It's a long name. It has a long name. So this was like a kind of like an alternative, a second option. I think because of this, I was never really amazed about it. But I still liked it. But I think I rarely actually had it brought together. I think I always made my own creations out of it. And of course, I use the motor for the locomotives that I created. So yeah, it's quite a different level from the other train for me. And I think in general, if the Lego trains that I know from the era, I don't know, from the 80s till late 90s, 2000s, I think this was not the best Lego train design-wise, you know. Yeah. Let's just make it run, and then we wrap the video, because that's all we do today. We just make it run. And it didn't run for a couple of months now, because when I was doing this talk and build video, I think it's already a half year ago actually, but I still didn't manage to shoot the review video. And actually with the other train I have the issue that this rubber tires that are known with the 12-volt system on the wheels of the motor, with the other train they fall off because they are already stretched out too much. But with this rod, I think it's actually keeping them in its place. Yeah. This 12-volt system, it was always a bit wonky. It always didn't work super proper, like you see also now, because you had to maintain the track. This powered track, you always had to clean it after a while. So it was a totally different story than the 9-volt system that came after, where everything basically always was working. And this is particular smell that's immediately appearing when you make it run a couple of rounds. Then you already smell this particularly burnt metal smell that was also there already when the trains were just new, you know. It was always there. Yeah. It was a different time. Back then, toys, you had to do a bit of effort to actually make it work, you know. And nowadays, everything works, or it's just broken, and then when it's broken, you cannot ever repair it anymore. That's just the problem of nowadays. Yeah. So a bit faster is also possible, yeah. And then the thing is, especially with a small layout, you see that the track on the top shop, maybe you can see that the track actually is yeah, just dancing around on the table, because those trains, 12-volt era trains, locomotives, they have these weights inside to give it a bit more grip, I think. Yeah, those were strange times. But nice times. I did a video about the difference in between the 9-volt and the 12-volt system. I can put it in the description. I'm actually thinking about to make a new version of that video. Yeah, you can still watch the old one if you're interested in seeing the exact difference, finding out about the exact differences of both systems. So, and I think saying that, we give it a wrap. We park the train again nicely in the frame. Is this possible? Yeah, you can just push it back a bit. But yeah, 7735, released in 1985. Yes, and rating, I would give it maybe a 7. Yeah. It's a nice set, not the greatest Lego train set, but yeah. But it's of course that's most big Lego train set. They're always complete. You have everything you need to play with it. Yeah, the power unit. But it's still, I think nowadays you actually have this battery boxes always included. This power units nowadays, but back then also in the 9-volt system it was mostly not included, and you had it to buy it separately. So I never got that actually why that was, but there was of course like a strategy behind it. But besides that, the Lego trains set, well, the big sets were always like complete. You could always already build with it and do everything with it. Yeah, so that's why I give it a 7, because it's nice. You have like different cars, you have motorcycles, you have like this tank car and everything, the shell car, and you have this box car, and you can put all the motorcycles in the box car, and maybe this one fits also them together. Yeah, see, you have a lot of options. And of course, you can also make the alternative build. Yeah, I was building that one a long time ago already. Maybe I can also put it in the description. If I forget it, you can put it in the comments. Please put a link there. Whatever. I hope you liked this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's very important for my channel to grow. But then also hit the notification bell, because then you will be notified about new video releases. Until the next video release, you can watch some of the videos I put for you there in this playlist. And I wish you a wonderful day. Goodbye.